ahead and show you the moon set from this location in the middle of the latter part of April right now. Trying to zoom out here. And the sun will be approaching from this vantage point over in that area. It's hazy, which means there's a lot of, it's very still right now. And as important as it is that we're living on a stationary level Earth, and I'm exposing the global lie. Oh, this little bird turd indicates that a bird's been there. I put purified water in the bird bath. You can see how the ripples will stop, and that's the way that actually is. Water exposes the global lie. That's how that works. Reality exposes the global lies, the truth about everything. I update my research library regularly. Information in there has gotten people killed. 0 point energy, health and wellness naturally, without the toxicity of the medical industrial complex. The financial industrial complex funds the whole operation of world government, endless wars. I'm not a fan. I'm exposing it all. The killing of innocent men, women, children, the destruction and animals, and the destruction of our world through these endless wars that enslaves humanity with fear and just the way that it works. People having to have a job, a way to pay their bills, and the military-industrial complex is happy to provide people, in some cases, with the only jobs in the area. They can outsource the manufacturing to China, in Vietnam and Indonesia, other countries, and then all traveling above this level plane. Sophisticated leveling instruments will indicate movement. There are chatbots and mind-controlled people that will reinforce the official lie, the official narrative. And I'm created for this purpose, to expose the truth about all of that and to let people know about it. And you might think, well, what does that matter? If you're new to this discussion and you think, well, the shape of the earth doesn't matter. Well, believing a deceptive mechanism of population reduction, control, and manipulation is one of the bigger problems. When people are trusting the liars and rejecting the truth tellers, it happens. I know it happens. It happens to me. However, I'm still responsible to expose the truth about it, regardless of what people do. See how much time I had to decide whether to go or stop? I have a predetermined place in my mind of, well, if it turns yellow, then I'll stop. If it doesn't, then I'm going through. I don't want to slam on brakes and end up in the middle of the intersection. Okay, so I follow the laws, follow the rules. That's what I do. I set the the speedometer, I should say my cruise control for the speed limit, because I don't want any unnecessary interactions with law enforcement. No need to. I don't want to burden them with them or me with an unnecessary stop. Now, as I go under the overpass here, to my right, there will be people that want to merge. How nice that I'm in the left lane to make that easy for them to do that. And how nice for me to be in the left lane when the people in a hurry to get on 31 were able to just get on there and not have to deal with me. However, people that are in a hurry because they have been practicing unfortunate time management protocols, and they're in a hurry and they're speeding, and they will break the laws and potentially get a several $100 speeding ticket. Why does any of that matter? Well, I would rather imagine the amount of business cards with, for example, I get 1,000 cards for $25 now. It used to be $15. Oh, see, now here is the time I needed to stop. We've got the red light cameras. So for a $300 ticket, imagine how many business cards or stickers I could get. That's how I see it. Or food, or gasoline. I've got other purposes to spend that for. So I get enough sleep during the 24 hours whenever I jolly well feel like it. That's how I'll do it. Now, in this world, there are people that are so committed to enforcing the official narrative that they'll color somebody stupid that doesn't go along with it. Well, I'm not stupid, and I'm not afraid to live, die, or tell the truth. So I'm not going to want to be obnoxious about it. I'm just not going to be pushed around by Satan or any of the fallen ones, whether it's fallen angels or mind-controlled individuals that are completely unaware of the weapons of the warfare that we're dealing with. They do not know that many do not know that we're in an asymmetrical warfare where weapons of mass destruction and deception are being deployed, including through medical facilities, governments of the world, food distribution networks of the world. We could clean and power the world with water, the Stanley Meyer water car technology, and that molecular disassociation of water can also be used to climate control environments, create electricity, cut steel, melt rock, all kinds of amazing technology. And I'm not just talking about cutting steel with water pressure. I'm talking about the fusion of, or the combination of oxygen and hydrogen to heat up water. Way easier to do that than using radiological substances like uranium. Water is more abundant. The byproduct of the combustion of oxygen and hydrogen is condensation, more water. I had somebody say, I'll watch your video as long as you don't spit on camera. Sorry if that offends you. What is in my spit? I don't know, but 23andMe wanted our spit. How about that? The World Database to synchronize their genetic database of who we are and whose we are. Are we a child of the Almighty or Satan? I don't know. I don't determine that. He does. So let's see if I can flip this around. That's probably easier for me to do it. In the middle of the view is the moon. Sorry about the microphone noise. Anyway, there's that. I'm on my way to the Prince Resort Cherry Grove Fishing Pier in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. East Coast, of course. We're on the edge of maybe the destruction of the earth as we know it. Certainly civilization as we know it, with the printing of the endless wars and the endless funding of those wars to enslave humanity, the printing of all that money ends up making everything cost more, including the gasoline, the food, and all of that. When more money is added in, or more debt units, dollars, are added to the pool of world central banking money or currency or debt, then it devalues all the rest of it. I'm not a few digits short of a full equation. I could sit on any podcast that would have me. However, it's unlikely that Joe Rogan is going to have me, unlikely that any of those others would have me on their podcast. Diary of a CEO, great podcast. A lot of my comments are not going to be visible there or on TED Talks, and who knows where else they're hidden. So I've got a lifetime of research. I've got a gentleman right now that I know that's putting an article in the local newspaper about me and my pursuit of the truth. Truth matters will be the topic of it. The truth matters. The more important the topic and the question that you have, the more important an accurate answer is, of course. That's the way it works out. In a given week, I'll go through probably 30 speed traps where they're seeing me go the speed limit. If I were speeding, I would have a good reason. Getting away from a tsunami, getting away from a fire, something like that. But just because they'll give me a couple miles an hour, no way. They don't have to give you or me or anybody else 1 mile an hour. Not at all. It's just the way it is, whether you like it and or agree with it or not. All right, so there's the sun appearing right now over the coastal preserve. You're looking at a simulated reality if you're looking at a screen. Now we can see the sun appearing through the trees, or I can. You'll see it in just a little bit. On the left of center is the part of the Skynet, which is the cellular Wi-Fi technology. The red light in the morning helps set the circadian rhythm of the body. That right there is the sun through those trees. How about that? Isn't that beautiful? Wow. Wow. That is awesome. So to establish the location, I believe I'm going to go into the coastal preserve today. Yeah, I'll do that because I want to show you something. In the summer, it's going to appear way to the left, much further to the left than right now. The pier faces directly south. And I'll take us to the ocean as well. Just wanted to show this area right now. The tide is lower right now. I can tell because of the clam beds that are visible. All right. So in the summer, from this vantage point, the sun is going to appear way over there. If I'm still able to do live streams, I'll show you then. Or you can look in the simulated reality that I've created playlist where I've got zoomed in photos of this and people and pelicans and the sun in the midst of the clouds. I've got a time lapse of the coastal preserve here running through its high and low tide cycles. You can see it. To do like less than 2 minutes took me 12 hours. Imagine that. Oh well, it's the way it is. There's the Prince Resort right there and the moon. Let me show you where it is from this vantage point at the corner of the house there. See that? Chasing around the surface of the stationary level plane that we live on. People should be listening to the truth tellers. Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. Bible.com is God's Word in all the major languages. You can check that out. You can listen to it. There's a whole group of young, impressionable minds getting ready for their indoctrination of their official narrative with a whole lot of useful or virtually useless information that I was given as a young man. Why? Just because they needed to give us something to look at. Who was in the Battle of the War of 1812 and blah, 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 blah. How much of any of that actually matters? Bunch of liars. They're lying. I ain't buying. That's an osprey. It's got claws about the size of my hand. It's pretty amazing. The water rises and falls based on the tidal activity and the mechanism that operates it. The water that covers the face of the earth there's apparently about 70% of our known world is covered by this level water, and it's the largest body of electrolyte in the world. And we have Antiquitech that I'm showing. Antiquitech is previous civilizations' methods of harvesting energy. The world that we live in has way more than just the pyramids that we can't figure out how they built them or who built them and why and all that. There's the drain in the lowest spot of the parking lot. We don't have upside down people and cars and stuff in relationship to us on the bottom of a spinning ball. That is so absolutely ridiculous. The fact that people still believe that lie is just amazing to me. It's evidence of a strong delusion. That's what it's evidence of. So when people are believing known false information, when they're believing the lie, the question is, why? Why are you believing the lie, if that's you or them? Do I know more about medical than a pre-med student? You can explore my research library and see what I've compiled. I've got world-recognized Nobel Prize awarded doctors in my library. You can just listen to them if you want. The person that you've decided to have as your doctor might not actually be operating in truth with your health and best interest in mind. I don't know. I don't know who you are or who your doctor is. So there you go. Hopefully I can get I've got a new favorite spot in the morning. It's the corner of the gravel parking lot. Yes. How nice. That'll be just great. Having the Prius with between 45 and 50 miles to the gallon allows me to put this mobile advertisement in front of a lot more people through the day, and therefore I can just change where I park a lot more often. It works out just fabulous. Oh wow. I was going to put my my shoes on. Looks as though I don't have them with me. That's a fact. Okay, there's my name and number if you want to call me. Call anytime. I'm going to take us out. I don't want to wear that because that could be problematic. Could be a problem because it'll clunk into my microphone. All right. So in the middle of the view, right there, is the moon set. Let's see what it is from right here. See that? And the sun is behind the buildings over there. All right. There's the moon once again. I've got zoomed in views of the moon with video and photos. You can see moon craters. How about that? This is just easier to do a live stream and establish, yes, this is a live stream. So people will see me around and they'll sometimes go ahead and take a shot of that card, that sticker. Ah, almost looks like a lunar surface, huh? It's actually just a band of rain came by. We get a lot of fakery from NASA. They don't always lie, just plenty. They lie a lot. There we go with the moon. I did a recording yesterday. You can see it if you like, a direct recording where the moon was lower and visible under the pier. Wow, now it's moved over a bit. You can see that if you care to. I like sun gazing. Hashtag sun gazing. Check it out. We pick up a lot of energy from the sun. I do anyway. I've got plenty of electrolytes in my body, plenty of clean, purified water. I'm healthy as a horse, don't want any... this is related to medical considerations. Grounding, earthing, reduces bodily inflammation, helps blood flow, overall health and wellness. How about that? It's easier to stay healthy than to try and fix being all messed up with toxins and poor dietary and lifestyle choices. Sorry if you're experiencing lethargy, pain, and obesity. Much of humanity is, especially in the United States. Except those healthy young men of military age that are coming over here to help transition us into the New World Order. How about that? Wait until if and when the blue helmets show up. Hey, we're here from the United Nations. We're here to help. No, thank you. Had enough of that. Had enough of that. So it's pretty nice here. We get a lot of the alphabet agency and government professionals, excuse me, that like to come here and vacation in the Grand Strand, because up the coast is where the belly of the beast is. World government, big parts of it. So it's not a doom and gloom. What can we do about it? Well, here's the important reality. We're all going to die. Where are we going to spend forever? Where is our soul and the biofield that goes along with this physiological body that separates at when our physiology stops working for whatever reason, heart attack, sudden death of who knows what kind of reason. Anything but the most logical possibility has been accepted for the last couple years. We're in the latter third of April in 2024. So many people dying for unknown reasons. The official reason is unknown. Why? Why is that? They don't want people to know why. Okay, so yesterday the sun was visible, or the moon was visible there, setting. Today it's up over there. It bounces all over the place. You can check it out if you care to, from your location. There it is. It just kind of fades away. Higher is drier, lower is wetter, all over the face of the stationary level Earth. If that bugs you, that may be a problem. If it bugs you to hear me talk about that, that might be a problem for you. Are you a globalist? Are you globing it still? I don't know. I don't know who you are. The AI, the artificial intelligence monitors everything that we do, not just me, it's you and everybody else. Tracks, traces, databases, threat assesses. Let me just set this down to give a more stable view of this. Excuse me. Yeah, that exclusionary zone liquid, water, mucus, works great for shaving. I've been using the same shaver, Gillette Pro Glide, for over a year now. Huh? How's that possible? Well, I'm using reverse osmosis carbon filtered electrolyte enhanced drinking water to bathe in for the last 5 years. I look at people that are hobbling around like they're in a lot of pain. I was in a lot of pain too. There's several different kinds of pain. Emotional pain, having lost loved ones because of intentional poisoning by the system of world government and control. There's another kind of pain, which is physical pain from having some of those toxins in my body and experiencing the pain from that. There's the pain of being rejected by those that are deceived. And it's not that I'm feeling sorry for myself. I'm feeling sorry. I'm sad to see them being deceived and living in that deception. I can't stop it from happening. I can interject the truth, and well, they're going to do whatever they're going to do with it. Watch the shadow pivot. That looks different like that. Good morning. So when I've got video where I've been way up on the beach there, and there's a pivoting of that shadow. You can see it when people walk through it. It's kind of interesting. See the reflection there? That's how that works. See the way the building looks tipped? Well, it's not the building that's tipped, it's the beach. A little bit, a couple of degrees. So when I say this is a simulated reality, what I'm saying is we exist in many simulated potential outcomes. At least I know I do. I'm creating this right now, and I'm standing with my feet on the beach right here. And unless you're right here out on the beach, you're looking at it through a device. So it's a simulated reality. Now, also, the quantum supercomputers are hypergaming humanity through a Skynet type connection through the Wi-Fi, cellular, Wi-Fi, light frequency, LED lighting, Starlink, that whole network. I've got documentation of it. That's all. Good morning. Let's zoom in on that. Tide is definitely coming in. Even if I didn't have my Tide app, I would know that. Oh, I can barely see the moon right in the middle of the view. Let's see if I can help you see it. It's just pretty much vanished. Yeah, not going to be able to see that. I've been able to go out on the pier. We can go out on the pier up to the middle there, where is the barrier. Met a lot of fascinating individuals. I met a gentleman from North Carolina, lives up towards mountains, says he's got a friend that runs a car on water, like Stanley Meyer. I don't know his name, I don't know his address. Sounds believable to me. Stanley was able to do it. So when the billionaires and like Klaus Schwab talking about we're going to have a great reset, and Yuval Noah Harari talks about humans are remote controlled and what are we going to do with them when they have no purpose? He says we have found no purpose for human beings. We'll just keep them happy with video games and drugs. Oh well, I'm pretty satisfied without drugs and without video games. I just want to expose the truth about all of it, and then people can do whatever they can do. So I've seen little children out on the beach with their parents, first little new child, young. I don't run up to them all wild-eyed and crazy, telling them what they should or shouldn't do, what they should feed them or not feed them, and what they should give them for medical treatment or not. None of that. I'll just say, you were on my video, you might want my card, or, oh, would you like me to put your family in a photo, and then I'll give them one of my cards. And they can scroll through and see that, wow, we've actually had cancer cures for a long time. And we've got intentional cancer causes. How about that? Why is that? When we've got people running around with their pink hats and running for cancer cures and all that, unaware that they're going to help fund the system that is a big part of the problem. Alrighty. Well, what a beautiful day. In spite of all that I mentioned. We live in a perpetual now. So one of the questions that I would say is, what are you going to do now? Right now, what am I going to do now? I'll just keep on doing it, exposing the truth about everything that I find out, inviting people to send me information. If you think I've got something wrong or should know something else, feel free to reach out if you care to. If you don't want to put your name out there, you could have cards like that made up, black and white. They're pretty cheap. I don't mind. I get calls from all over the world, any time of the day or night. I have people send me documentation about patents that they've got and all kinds of interesting individuals. Of course, the system knows that. That's tracking, tracing, databasing, threat assessing, all of the information and all the individuals associated with that information. How about that? What a rush. So, thank you for your public and private encouragement. This is Robert Forsch exposing the truth about everything that I found out about so far and enjoying the help of many friends and family all over this world. Thank you so much. Oh, one of my favorite quotes, it's on a silo, food storage for a farm on Highway 47 in Wisconsin near Highway 41. What will it and it's in Mark 6:26, I believe. What will it profit a man if he gain the whole world and lose his soul? Let that sink in, billionaires, trillionaires. What about that? Have you sold out? Have you sold your soul for fame and fortune and whatever else you think your flesh might want? What if you've been duped? What if you've been deceived? Let that sink in. Eternity is a long time to regret. I encourage everybody to seek the truth with all your heart because it matters for eternity. If you're believing a lie, why is that? Why would anybody believe a lie knowingly? I would say they wouldn't. They just believe the lie is true. So I am under the belief that it's only by God's grace that anybody can love and believe truth, let alone find it. From an analytical, critical analysis, why would somebody intentionally poison themselves? People do it all the time with alcohol and drugs. Read the label. The number one cause or the number one symptom of high blood pressure is sudden death. I laughed out loud when I heard that. It's true. It's why they call it the silent killer. People don't know that their impending death is right there. Maybe one Twinkie away from pushing them over the edge. Or, hey, how about they take an erectile dysfunction pill and blow their heart out in the midst of sexual activity? They even say, make sure you're healthy enough for sexual activity. This video isn't for children. It's the truth about everything, including how our world is ruled largely by emotion. Men are way more analytical than women. Women have a whole lot of control over the household income. It's by design. Have you ever heard it said, if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy? Happy wife, happy life? Well, maybe not. What if the wife is deceived and she's promoting the deception? Good luck with that. I would highly recommend doing whatever you believe the Almighty would direct you to do. It's very unpopular. People don't want to hear it. So some say, you can't handle the truth. That's what Jack Nicholson said in the Tom Cruise movie. What was it, A Few Good Men? How about that? We've got a war-based world economy. I want to see that change. It will. Not too long from now, let's see, there will be the new heaven and the new earth. And what then? Well, we aren't going to have the war and destruction and the pain and suffering. So this morning, I was waking up and listening to the book of Revelation once again. Takes less than a day to hear the entire New Testament. 3 days and you can hear the whole, or the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. And you can throw the book of Enoch in there for 3 extra hours. You can hear that too. What books should still be in the Bible? I don't know. You can seek that out. I believe the book of Enoch is valid. So I don't have any opinions. I've got belief based on what I believe is the truth about the situation. Whatever that truth is, I just wanted to know it because the truth matters.